What up, Sag? It's the Hoodie Tarot, Anthony DeMario, here to deliver the good news. And I feel really good. I feel very good for you this year. What do you got going? I already feel good about this reading. So check it out. First, make sure you visit thehoodietarot.com if you're interested in the reading. Also, make sure you add me on Instagram. That's where you can get to know me and why I do what I do and how I do what I do. And yeah, without further ado, Sag, let's just get to it. I'm ready. I'm kind of elated about this. You know what? Hold up. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna do an oracle. I'll be right back. Yeah. All right. So I got my oracle card. So with much gratitude, thank you for allowing me in your space. Let's talk about it. So I pulled the stepped pyramid of the Sakara, which reads, "The soul is eternal. I accept cyclic rejuvenation." All right. I'll try not to read these cards without leaving you a little bit of information on them. So this beautiful deck by Stacy DeMarco, right? Geographical locations, real geographical locations that are located all over the world. And so she's been to all these locations. Location has documented the GPS coordinates and everything, and really goes into depth about the energies that she experienced there, which I think is beautiful, right? Because these aren't like tourist places. Like, these are like really like in the cut, spiritual, historic, geographical locations. And so it has to do with eternity, transition, transcendence of the soul after death. I love it. Located in Egypt. And again, it reads, "The soul is eternal. I accept cyclic rejuvenation." And it's also having to do with the primary element that is earth, all right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up the third eye with this sound bowl. If you would like to join, you can just close your eyes and tap into the energy with me. And with most gratitude, I hope that it opens you up to this message just a little bit more, all right? All right. Thank y'all very much. Gotta decline that. Sorry about that. Okay, so off top, I feel the number 7 for you, Sag. 7 is a number of, it's the number of the mind. It's the number of the occult, right? So that would make sense given the fact that you're experiencing this energy that is calling for you to tap into what is called cyclic rejuvenation. So what is that? So cycles. Where are you at in terms of your cycle? So here we are, just a couple months after your birthday. Not too long ago, you had your solar return, a couple months ago. And so taking the lessons into February, now we are in a place where we get to have all this energy in terms of motivation, in terms of dealing with other people, and cyclic rejuvenation. So this is a time to get in touch with the earth. It's a time to take note of like your surroundings, right? Because you may very well be very in tune with your surroundings in terms of nature, right? So here we are into winter. So you may be called into like feeling cold and feeling like you're in a stage of like death being like witnessing like your old self, witnessing aspects of yourself literally die, right? And now you can look towards like what is going to come for your personal spring. You know, how are you going to blossom, right? And so if any of you are familiar with like farming or with plants, a tree, will naturally survive in winter. It's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, most likely, maybe even longer for some trees. And so trees are beautiful to witness because we witness their beauty in the summer and the spring, how the leaves changing, and then we see the fall and then the beauty that is death, right? There's beauty in death. There's beauty in the transition. There's beauty in witnessing, our leaves fall to the ground. Those leaves no longer serve purpose. They're no longer needed, and soon they'll be replaced, and the tree regenerates. But for some fruits, some trees that plant like have fruit, so some trees need to be still pruned and tended to like during the winter months, right? Especially like apple trees, right? So 777. 7 in the main name of magic and love, power. There's so much magic, like it's a magical time for you, okay? So the bottom of the deck we have, hey, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, let's go. Partnerships, relationships, I love it. That is going to be your theme for this month of January, right? And so you may have been witnessing that in terms of like certain relationships that really brought you to be honest about fear, 8 of Swords, like holding back. Some of y'all haven't been like able to verbalize like what you fear in relationships. What are you scared of? Or express it. Some of you don't have maybe a particular person where you need to have that conversation, but then some of you do. Some of you have been withholding information, right? In terms of like what you fear and in that realm or spectrum that is relating, that is genuine, the exchange of emotion and love and all of those nice things, And so that's a pretty, that can get really heavy on you, right? So we're witnessing that die, right? As the Oracle said, this is a time of transition. This is a time to leave those things behind because that energy has to come out, right? So how does it come out for you, all right? So we have the 4 of Wands in reverse and then the 8 of Pentacles, all right? And so a lot of you Sagittarius are, may have had to have the conversation of being like, look, I'm no longer going to put work into those places, that thing. And that's okay, right? Because I think that, if this has served its purpose, often this could be a marriage or this could be a relationship, some happy union. So for some of you, this has to tend towards the career aspect as well. Like if, they're one and the same, right? Diligent consistency is a beautiful trait to bring to any partnership, right? But some of you are having to look at, again, this card came out for Leo, is the foundation right here? Are we on the same page in terms of our motivations, in terms of the way everybody's showing up here? If so, then you can continue to get my hard work. But I think a lot of you are not putting in the work, and so you're going to have to examine your motivations for not wanting to put in the work. Is it because are you scared that it won't work out? Are you holding something back in terms of what you want, what you need, or your just general concerns? These are things to ask yourself, right? So the energy I foresee coming towards you right now, let go. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. All right, that's why I was feeling good. I'm telling you, Saggy, I was feeling good, and this is definitely some feel-good energy because what we have here is we have opportunity and growth. We have a bunch of yes answers for like what we want out of this month, and I think y'all been getting it, Sag, and I think that it comes through partnerships. It comes through allowing yourself to continue to persevere and find the places to show up, to mingle, to converse. But then also, if some of y'all a lot of y'all have been looking at, again, expanding financially, then we have a celebration here. We have good news coming in, all right? I think a lot of y'all got it. The money is looking good, very good in the month of January. So if y'all are still waiting on that message to come through, or you're like, where the money? Where the money at? Where the money and shit? I got you. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? Give it some time, all right? Because the Three of Cups is a celebration. It's good news. Good. This is good news. Now in terms of back to relationships, right? Some of y'all are getting the opportunity by, to be honest, how would you say? I gotta say this sensitive so that I don't want to make nobody mad, especially y'all cross-watching, but, frankly, to be quite honest, some of you Sagittarians may be you may be compelled to play the field. Simple and plain. It is what it is. It's in the cards, man. I just gotta say it, somebody can be coming in that wants to maybe not break your situation up. There's nothing sinister, but somebody just wants to, somebody may want to show you that they value you, and so they want to present their value to you, regardless if you're in a situation or not. So I got to be real with it, all right, Sagittarius? That's a Sagittarian type of deal. Y'all be all right. So, all right, so what I foresee coming for you, an event, something like that. Okay, so an event, it may happen. So we have the Six of Wands and then the Justice of Right. Okay, now, so, to keep it a buck, I feel like some of you, if you're dealing with some type of legal situation, again, it may not work out the way you want it to, but what we get here is a final decision, something to just be done with and over with, all right? We're looking at the level of the scale. So things are fair. I do have to say that. This has been a very fair month for you, Sagittarius, all right? But what it does is it's going to call for you to bring out, the best aspects of yourself. And so justice kind of lies in the communication. As you see, there's a sword here, right? You see that sword? That's the sword of truth. It's the sword of integrity, right? And so if we're looking at your energy and in terms of we're holding something back in terms of what's keeping us up, what is pulling us out of our truth through way of fear, and we're not being honest, then, you very much may be the initiator of your own karmic justice by being honest. You know what I mean? Present your champion self, about how you feel, especially if you're not willing or not wanting to put in work into something. You're going to have to express this feeling, because even if you don't verbalize it, Sag, it's going to come out in your actions, right? Pentacles are about space and time and material. So, again, this Eight of Pentacles person is diligent, consistent, but the moment they stop, it's almost like the ground crumbles beneath this foundation, all right? So we're going to have that conversation. It's inevitable, all right? And in doing so, you'll feel justified and championed and relieved, and Libra energy in tune with, again, the beauty that is the moment and the present, right? And then how will it make you feel? All right. So this is reconnecting with spirit, reconnecting with truth, right? Yeah, y'all can't hold back. Y'all can't hold back. You see how this is? So some of y'all might be dealing with Tauruses. Some of y'all might be dealing with banks. Some of y'all might be dealing with a higher power. And so the message is, look, we've got to communicate. We got to go through this thing about being rejuvenated. This is a time for you to find the healthy spots, the healthy people, the healthy spaces that rejuvenate you. It's time to come back to life, all right? And you're going to do so. This is a process. It's not a one-day thing. Here we are. So nature works with nature. I feel a lot of you are going to be coming to life in the spring, right? Three of Cups. Yeah. Give it about 3 weeks. Doesn't necessarily have to, but So I told y'all though, 7, right? So overall lesson, we have 7 of Cups, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, your boy's on fire today with the visions. With the visions is coming through. I'm gonna tell you that. So I saw 7, and this is what it was: 7 of Cups, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Look, the 7 of Cups doesn't have to be a bad card because again, it's the magic of the number of occult, the number of the mind, right? And so here we are. There's all of these alluring choices. Each one of them look almost seductive in terms of what they can bring, what they can do for you, right? And so every cup has value here. But the truth of this is the mind has to discern in actuality need versus being overwhelmed by the choice or the illusion of choice, right? So in terms of relationships, right? Because cups show up at the bottom of the deck. In terms of relationship, like this is a time where you've got all the good energy and supportive energy to really say, you know what, I'm going to choose right now to understand what needs to die, understand what is the depth that I'm going through transformation, through evaluating where I'm going to put my energy to and what foundation I build, and to understand and receive the blessings, receive like the confirmation of the seeds that I planted that are growing, embrace the moment, celebrate. This is part of the rejuvenation process. You know, accept those that want to bring value to me and understand that in the game, or not the game, or yeah, the game of life, you know, in terms of how we relate to people, one person valuing you does not undermine the efforts of another person not knowing how to value you, you know, if both the intentions are there. But some people have more know-how in showing their value. Now, in terms of fear, again, in terms of worry, in terms of biting your tongue and, you know, playing it off, this is not a time to do so. This is a time to, you know, you've got to set yourself free. This is a year to get free. 5 is a year to get free, Saggy. So we've got to be the initiator of our own good karma. You know, if we're not feeling, this is naturally you anyway, Sag. Do you not naturally feel like a champion? Not to say that you feel better than anybody, but I'm saying you're naturally optimistic. He's riding a horse. You are the centaur. You are the horse. So naturally you're proud and you're strong and you have this energetic potential. Have you ever seen anybody get kicked by a horse? No. Why? So if you're not feeling empowered, this is a time to really drop the sword and cut yourself free, because, hey, if you don't, you're doing it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're not empowered in the line, you're doing it to yourself. This is communication. This is clarity. The Queen of Swords is clear. She will drop that truth on you. You know, if you got really like an Aquarius homegirl, maybe a Gemini, like borrow that energy. You know what I'm saying? If you don't find the words, tap into that friend, tap into that place. And again, 7, like I told you, you know, all this confusion, if you're not feeling aligned and everything is like choices alluring and beautiful, you know, here's the thing. Don't overwhelm yourself with like what can go wrong. Just decide, what do you need? What do you need in order to continue the process and really expedite the process of rejuvenation? You know, karma's on your side, good fortune's on your side, so you got it, all right? Okay, Sag, I ain't gonna yell at you no more, but, you know, y'all need to be happy. Y'all need to be fun. Y'all need, like that's you. Don't let nobody take you out your power. Don't take yourself out your power. This is the Hoodie Tarot, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all so much. If you're interested in the reading, thehoodietarot.com, go ahead, check it out. My services. Also, hit hit the like, subscribe button, and also add me on Instagram so you can see what I be like when I'm not in front of the camera like this. All right? I'll talk to y'all soon. Enjoy your day.